cariño bonitinho, onde vas facelo niño? No alto da ira nova, no primeiro ramalliño, onde vas la bandeiriña nesta mañá tan fría? Fuxe de aquí, boa amiga. A morte aguarda na mina. Ai, a la 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 la, ai, a la 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 la, ai, a la 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 la. Ay, la 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 la, ay, la 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 la, ay, la 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 la.
Oh, I'm not sure I've ever flown so far from home. Oh, I've never been here before. I've been flying for far too long. Oh, I'm so thirsty. Ah, a river. With a little luck, I'll be able to find a bug to eat, as well as something to drink. Oh, I'm so thirsty. No! What, the bugs? You made me jump. Don't drink from the river. Why? What's going on?
If you drink from this water, you'll get sick.
Why? Is it because of that orange colour that stains your body?
Orange stuff is iron oxide and other chemicals that have ended up in the riverbed. Look below. Can you see the riverbed?
Yes, I see it. It's all orange.
Well, the real problem can't be seen. Even the clear water is full of heavy metals that are poisonous to life, like me and the rest of the droplets in the river, because of the pollution from the mine.
Mine? What's a mine? Is the mine what I saw from the sky? Those mountains of sand and stones? Those turquoise ponds? Those strange buildings?
Yes, but much more than that. Look over there. Can you see that tall wall on the river?
Yes. What is it?
It's a dam, built many years ago to hold the mud and sand from the mine, to hold it in. But can you see what's coming out of the gates and the cracks?
Yes. It's terrifying.
The dam is a big problem. It can fall at any moment. And when that happens, it'll be a huge disaster.
I don't want to think about all the stuff that's running downstream. But where did all that polluted sand and mud come from?
It can't be seen with the naked eye. Its cause is underground. Under this forest, the mountain is hollow with miles of tunnels.
Tunnels? Tunnels, you say?
Yes, tunnels that humans dug out with machines and explosives. They collect minerals from deep underground. Look over there.
What is it? Oh, that thing that looks like a door in the mountain, with orange water coming out of it.
Yes, that's the entrance of one of those tunnels. And up there, that thing that looks like a tower.
Yes?
It's the tower of a mine shaft. The shaft is almost 200 meters deep.
200 meters deep?
Yeah, 200. There's an elevator inside leading to many levels, and from each level tunnels run in all directions.
Oh. And that big white mountain of stones?
Where they pile everything they dig up to get the minerals they want. The rain that falls on the dump, though, also becomes polluted and runs down to the river and the sea. The big building on top is where they separate the minerals they want from the rest of the rocks that they dig up.
Oh? And what about the turquoise ponds?
Wow. Those ponds are full of polluted water. They say they're to avoid a pollution, and that mud and sand filters to the bottom. But as you can see, that's not true.
Of course it's not true. Anyone can see that the dump is by the river, and that the polluted water is flowing out.
Yes, and the water that overflows from the ponds carries loads of heavy metals, just like the water from the dam.
I'm speechless. And what do they want those minerals for? It must be very important for them to cause all that damage.
Important? It's terrible! The stuff that they dig out from this mountain is mostly tungsten to build weapons. Weapons used by humans to kill each other. It's crazy.
Madness.
The worst thing is that many humans are proud because tungsten helped develop the arms industry. They speak with so much cruelty about war and violence, discarding all other views. War, violence are terrible. It's pain, the worst kind of pain. It's destruction, misery, desolation, death.
You're certainly right.
In any case, even if there were things that could justify digging the minerals up, things that we need them for, there's no way of justifying the way they do things.
What ways are those? The plunder and pollute with no care for the future of life here.
They don't try to avoid pollution because that costs money, and they want to keep their profits. They don't care about the dead river and the polluted, sterile fields they leave behind, or all the life they kill with pollution, or the future of the people that live alongside the estuary where the poisoned river pours its water.
How does the mine pollute? How did you become poisoned by those heavy metals?
Listen, I've travelled all over the world, but I've never been through a mine. Now, a few days ago, I was flying over the sea in a cloud. From high above, I watched the coast approach. I've fallen as rain many times in these beautiful lands, and it hurts to see how badly they are being treated by humans. You should have seen this land a few centuries ago. Well, we were just above the mountains when the cloud freed us, and we rained down, and I fell on top of an oak tree. It's really fun falling through the trees and drop from leaf to leaf until finally reaching the ground. The mountain floor sucked us in, and after a long journey through the mud, earth, and rocks, I ended up in one of the mine tunnels. And that was where all the problems started. And that is where all the problems started.
What happened?
Well, it's not easy to explain. When humans hollow out these mountains of mines, the air that gets into the tunnels reacts with the minerals and other drops of water, like me. We turn into acid and get polluted with heavy metals.
So, let me see if I understand. all the water that goes through the mine becomes polluted. And when it gets outside, it ends up in a river, in the sea.
That's right. And the same happens with the water that runs through the waste dumps. It gets polluted as it drains towards the river.
So, if the whole river is polluted from the mine onwards, all the animals that drink its water will become ill.
Oh, well, it's actually even worse than that.
How can it be worse?
Because heavy metals bioaccumulate, which means that any living thing that drinks or absorbs this water will accumulate that pollution inside. The pollution gets stuck in the body and cannot be eliminated.
Well, I'll never drink again from this polluted river.
It's not so easy, my friend.
Why not? If I don't drink, I won't get poisoned.
Let's see. The plants that grow by this river, or in the fields that are watered by it, will accumulate the pollution in their bodies. Now imagine, a worm eats the leaves of this birch tree. Even if you don't drink the water, if you eat the worm...
Oh. I'll be eating up the pollution that the worm accumulated in its body.
And what if an eagle hunted you down and ate you?
It would also become polluted, right?
Yes, certainly.
But it would serve it right for having eaten a wagtail like me.
Well, the problem is with bioaccumulation and with all the water that these birch trees absorb. Well, imagine how much pollution they have accumulated.
It gives me shivers to think about it.
Yes, it does.
I'm truly shocked. So, what happens to all the creatures that live in the river?
Upstream, where the water isn't polluted, many families live pretty happily.
Yes, I know. I flew over there. The river is full of life.
Well, downstream from the mine, the river is dead. See for yourself.
Let me see. Oh, there are no trouts.
They've gone forever. Just a few creatures that are very resistant to pollution are able to live in these waters. If you want to eat bugs, don't even think about eating the few you'll find here.
Sure not. I'm well worn now. But how do you know so much about this problem?
Well, when I got into the mine and ended up so polluted, I decided to stay around for as long as possible, to learn and see what I could do. Trees know a lot of things. Some, like the cork tree that lives up there, have been around for centuries and have seen history go by and how humans have created this disaster. They say that where the waste dump now stands, there was a spring that humans believed was magic, and that could cure anyone who bathed in its water. There was also a very old shrine and a huge forest with big oak trees. All that changed when the mine started. The land, the water, and all the life in them became very polluted.
Is there nothing that can be done to stop the pollution?
Sure there is. The corporations that dug up the minerals in the earth should have cleaned up the damage that they caused and built a new system to decontaminate the water before dumping it all in the river.
That's what precisely they should do.
Yes, sure, but they've never done it and still haven't.
Those crooks, those monsters.
The worst thing is that nobody has ever made them fulfill their duties. So the mine continues to pollute, poisoning the river, the sea, and everything that it is touched by the water.
I don't understand how, if there's a solution, humans still do nothing.
Yeah, people that plunder minerals have no scruples. Wherever they go, in Africa, in America, or here in this land, they draw everything they can out of the earth without worry about the environmental disasters that leave behind. To prevent and clean up after those disasters, corporations must spend a lot of money. And somehow they work it so that the authorities who made the decisions don't take any steps to make them respect nature or abide by the law.
Authorities? Who are these authorities?
In this case, the people from the government. They should make sure that the laws protecting nature and human life itself are followed. But as you can see, well,
They do nothing.
yes, they are doing nothing. It's like they owe something to these crooks. You know what I mean?
Ugh, what a mess. And I wonder, are people living here not concerned about this?
Fortunately, there are more humans that know about this problem.
Well, they should force the authorities to do their job, so that they make those who are responsible stop polluting and clean up the disaster they created.
That's what they're trying to do. Environmentalist groups that worry about the earth, shellfish gatherers.
Sure, shellfish gatherers. They see how the mine is affecting the estuary and the shellfish they pick for a living.
And families and volunteers.
Ah, I've seen them. Families and volunteers that plant native trees in the mountains.
Aha, yes. In the mountains that the mine left full of holes. But it's not easy.
Why?
Because they're facing corporations with a lot of power. And the authorities, along with those corporations, have created a mining museum.
A museum? What a good idea. Of course. A mining museum. A place to learn, show what's happening.
Uh-uh.
What?
Because the museum is not to show about the problem. No. The museum shows the opposite, only the good side of the mining. It says nothing about the serious environmental problems it's causing.
But that doesn't make any sense at all.
I know, but sadly it happens here and in many places where mining companies plunder the land.
And what about us? Is there anything we can do to help?
I decided to hang about longer to find out what I could do.
And I'm very grateful you did. You saved my life.
And I'm glad I found you, because it's now, talking to you, that I finally know what we can do.
Ah, I think I know what you mean.
You do?
Yes. We must tell everyone the things that we've talked about.
Aha, exactly. So they won't be passive in the face of this disaster.
To tell everyone, so that they open their eyes and stop believing the lies mining companies tell them to hide the problem.
People can't continue to ignore the truth.
To say,
The mine pollutes.
that's what we can do.
And you, yes, you, all of you out there.
Don't just sit there looking at us.
We can all help.
And that was how Droplet and Wagtail made this book.
Espoliaran a terra e
simula s'usare. A terrigna non se toca, a terrigna non se roba. Vos ire disparo inferno, puxados porque na coida. Vos ire disparo inferno, puxados porque na coida. Vos ire disparo inferno, puxados porque na coida.
What?
Now they say the dam was not for mine tailings.
Ah, so what was it for?
Authorities now say it was for a watermill for milling corn.
To mill the corn, they say. You're joking, right?
Uh-uh.